As part of today's Nintendo Partner Showcase, we got the second trailer for the upcoming Hyrule Warriors game, Age of Imprisonment. And I've seen enough. I hate this game already, and it hasn't even come out yet. 4 months after Tears of the Kingdom released, when asked if the game would get any sort of DLC, series producer Eiji Aonuma said, "We were able to implement all of the elements that we wanted to achieve in this world and this story, so there will not be any DLC. Please continue to enjoy the vast world of Hyrule." But here we are, nearly 2 years later, staring down the barrel of yet another romp through this version of Hyrule. And it gets worse.
We hope you're looking forward to experiencing the canonical events that led to The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom game.
That's right. They threw the word canonical in there for the English-speaking fans, though weirdly enough that word is absent from the original Japanese version of the presentation. I'm not sure what to make of that. But if we're to take them at their word, this means they're introducing this game into the official story of Tears of the Kingdom. And I'm begging you, yes you, watching this video, whoever you are, please, do not fall for this. The story of Tears of the Kingdom was...
Secret Stone?
Demon King? So
that was the imprisoning war.
That is what the game shipped with. For over a year, I've had people in my comments section trying to defend this, and the thought of those same people uncritically lapping up this post-hoc bullshit makes me sick. Whatever story accompanies this game is going to be a whole-cloth invention, some fanfiction dreamed up by Koei Tecmo and peddled as the cure to a sickness that people have insisted the game didn't suffer from to begin with. And let's be clear, absolutely none of this was planned in advance. Tears of the Kingdom was not made with this story in mind. Here's how I know. First, there's this shot of this character, who appears to be the unmasked Gerudo Sage. This is the first time we've ever seen one of the ancient sages without their mask on, and I'm surprised by that because I thought for sure if such a design existed, we'd see it in the Masterworks. The Masterworks, the Tears of the Kingdom art book, hasn't received an official English translation yet, so I haven't really spoken about it much. But part of that is because there's not much to talk about. We didn't get unmasked designs for the sages. We didn't get names for them. And when data miners unmasked the models themselves, this is what the Sage of Lightning looked like. Don't even get me started on the Sage of Wind. And like, obviously this is not this. This is the Sage of Lightning, an emotionless, faceless, blank slate who sounds exactly like Urbosa and whose only purpose is to deliver a monologue for the 4th fucking time. This new character is the product of a fucking fever dream. Any attempt to retrofit whatever character development this new character gets onto the Sage of Lightning as she existed in Tears of the Kingdom is delusional. And then there's this part at the very end of the trailer. First, they tease us with a version of Fi's theme from Skyward Sword. And then they show a humanoid construct being activated in a scene that seems to deliberately parallel the beginning of Breath of the Wild in the Shrine of Resurrection. We obviously can't say for sure yet, but this looks to me like some sort of Link construct, which is very cool assuming you got hit in the head with a rock and forgot the entirety of Tears of the Kingdom story. Unfortunately, I remember. Fi's theme playing suggests the presence of the Master Sword or the spirit of the hero or some shit, but the whole reason they lost the imprisoning war is because they couldn't beat Ganondorf without Link or the Master Sword. The whole reason Zelda turns into a dragon in the first place is to restore the Master Sword, and she doesn't even come into possession of the damn thing until after the imprisoning war ends. Even if this is some sort of incomplete replica of Link, the idea that these characters built this thing off-screen during the events of Tears of the Kingdom's memories and simply never mentioned it is insane! It's unhinged! Rauru doesn't say, well, our idea to rebuild Link didn't pan out, I guess we're screwed. And that's because this is a rogue element that's being introduced into the story without any regard whatsoever for the implications. If the story this game ends up telling is more compelling than what we actually got in Tears of the Kingdom, something that's basically a guarantee considering that game didn't have a script supervisor or a single credited writer, I don't care. You cannot ship a game with a story this shit and then sell fanfiction in the form of a separate game 2.5 years later as some sort of band-aid. It's just unacceptable. I don't plan on buying this game, and I don't think you should either. If you're really dying to know what happens, just watch the cutscenes on YouTube. And please, if you see someone after the fact trying to backfill the new details we learn into the original story, call it out. Do not let Nintendo get away with this. This game is nothing more than a tacit admission that Tears of the Kingdom was unfinished, and it deserves nothing more than your contempt.